Howdy-ho, Stampers! This is Deb Valder, and I want to welcome you back into my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to do paper molding, and that would be this right here. You're just going to take paper, wet it, and then mold it into the shape that you want it to be. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with my saying, and that would be this one right here. Whoops. All right, I'm going to use Memento ink, and we want to do that first so that we know where to end our flowers. So let's just stamp this up here at the top. Again, I'm using Memento ink. I'm going to use Memento ink for my flowers also, which comes from the Birthday Blossoms, and this is what the stamp set that we're going to use the most of today. So I'm going to get some scrap paper because I'm going to go off the paper just a little bit. So let's keep this here so you can see what I'm doing. And let's grab our flowers. I'm also using Memento ink for this one, and I'm just going to randomly stamp these here on the bottom. Let's see, there we go, just a couple more here and there, and we're good. A few more over here. Okay, so we have our flowers on the bottom, we have our words on the top, and then I pre-stamped these for you. I stamped 2 leaves, and these are also from our stamp set, Birthday Blossoms. Here's the flowers, and here's the stamp. Now let me just show you a cute little trick that I do to know where to punch. So this is the stamp that these are the ones that I already stamped. On my stamp, I put a happy face. And then that happy face shows me that this is the top of the stamp. So when I stamp it down, we have the happy face up. Now let me show you why I'm doing that. When I take my punch, I also put a happy face on the punch. And I do this more for customers, but I'm telling you it also works for me too. Now when I line it up, because I stamped it the same way my punch goes, I know exactly which way it's going to be. So everybody's happy, hence the happy face. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm actually punching both of these out, and what you will see on the card in just a second after I punch these, I'll show you what I'm doing. We have these two, we have 2 of these flowers, but on my card, this is one of the flowers and this is the other flower. You see this little ball in the inside here? That's what made me think of that. That is that little picture on the inside of it looks to me like it's still blooming. So let me just show you what I did. I'm going to take it, I'm going to whitewash my background first, and that would be these down here. Now you could also use a marker, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put, with my aqua painter, I'm going to put some water inside here. Now I want this to be very, very light, and that's what I mean by whitewashing. I just take some water and a little bit of my re-inker, and just very quickly, you know, just not even worrying about if I'm going outside the lines or not. It's just Wisteria Wonder and water. And I'm just stamping around like so. This is just a really neat, fast way to color. And a lot of these images in our catalog this year are ones that you can color. And I just love to color. I love to color and I love to cut. And you notice that with a lot of my projects that I do here on my videos. So we're almost done. Now the nice thing with this too is I have the matching markers. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Wisteria Wonder marker, and I'm just going to color in the word friend. And it's pretty darn fast, as you can tell. Otherwise I would have pre-done it for you so I didn't waste your time, but this is just such a fast, fun card. Alrighty, almost done. Alright, so there's our words. They're all colored, and like I said, I colored them with my markers. So this part of it's done. I'm going to put this to the side for just a moment. I'm going to bring back my card so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Oops, I just unfolded it here. Okay. Alrighty, so the next thing that I need to do is I need to get these started. So I'm going to start with the regular flat flower first, and again I'm just going to whitewash it. Okay. You see how fast this is? You can go outside the lines, it doesn't matter. going to do the same thing to this one, only this one I'd like to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to pick up the full color of the ink, just like this. Now, while this is, I want the water to soak into this one because I want this to be nice and soft. Not so much this one, but definitely on this one. Now with this one right here, after it dries a little bit, I'm going to go back in with my re-inker and just darken up these lines just a little bit. And what I do is I just follow Stampin' Up's lead here and just go right over where these little lines are. They've already pre-done that for you. All right, now with this one, what I want to do is I want to actually cut away the white strip, or what used to be the white strip. That's the white around the flower because we punched it out. It left a little bit of a white spot to it. So what I'm going to do is just, and it doesn't have to be rocket science, it's just, you're just going to not even think about it, just cut it out really fast. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. First of all, it's a homemade card, and homemade cards are made with love, not perfection. So let's just kind of keep going around. And I like punching them out first. It just makes it a whole lot easier to cut. You don't have all that wasted paper that you're trying to cut around. This one just makes it so much easier. Okay? Alrighty, so I cut this out. Now it's pretty wet. I let the water soak into it. We want it to be pretty wet. I'm going to actually wet the back of it also. So this is going to take a little while to dry, and I have one that's already done, I do believe, or almost dried anyway. Alright, so I have this, and it's pretty wet. So now it's pretty easy to work with. So what I'm going to do, you see, you don't want to fold it in this way because there's no picture on the back. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to fold it so that the white is in the middle. So all I'm doing is taking this one and laying this one over the top of it, and then this one is going to go over the top of that one, and this one over the top of that one, and I just ripped it, I think, because it's so wet. And then this one's going to go over the top of that one, and they're just all nestled in there. And what you're going to do is just put them together just like this, and then set it aside to dry. And I'm not going to do this one because it's just so wet, and because of the time, I just want to show you. This is one that I had done previously. You just layer, you just go one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, and it's good to go. And then this one is just going to set on top of that like that. All right, let me grab my bone folder, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to bone fold my my petals right here. Now just be careful because these are still a little bit wet. You can even do that before you color them, but you don't have to. All right, you can let these dry in between also. All right, so we've got our inside, we've got our outside, we've got our piece right here that's already stamped and colored, and I just stamped and colored my leaves with two of my markers. So this was my wisteria marker that I colored in with the word friends, and then I just took a pear pizzazz and a wild wasabi marker and did my my leaves. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the leaves. I'm just going to bone fold them going this way, and then I'm just going to take and fold them in the middle just to give them a little bit of texture and a little bit of dimension. Okay? So we just kind of wrinkled them up a little bit. All right. So now it's time to put our card together. So my card base is 11 by 4 1/4, and I took a piece of black cardstock, which was 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut out the middle. You know I do this a lot. I just like to save paper. So the middle was cut out with one of my Project Life frames, and that's this one right here. So I just cut that out, and now I can use this for another card. And I didn't waste all of this paper in between. So let me just grab my fast fuse, and I'm just going to put my frame down on top of my card. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be even on the inside because it is because it's never going to be seen. We'll put this part on now. This is my next layer. And that's going to go right here on top of that one. You see how fast this card is? The only thing that takes a little while is for this little piece right here to dry. Even this one right now is not dry, But if you do that first and then do all your other components to your card, it should be pretty dry, or dry enough so that you can take and put it together at the end. All right. So now we need to just add these layers to it, and I'm going to start working with my Tombow multi-purpose glue, just because I have so many layers. So I'll just take and put a little bit right here. Oops. Okay, and that's going to go on to my flower, and then I'm going to take my flower and add that to my card. And you can add wherever there is a blank space. So I had a little bit of a blank space right there, so I just kind of put that right there. Now it's very important that you use the Tombow glue for this one right here, because first of all it's wet, but it also has some texture to it, so it's just really good to put that in there. So I'm just going to kind of let that dry. You see how I just kind of push that together so that the whole little thing just kind of dries? That's paper molding. I did not put any adhesive on that at all. It just, when the paper dries, it just makes it all stay together. Does that make sense? Are you with me here? Okay, so here is my very fast card, which is absolutely adorable. I just love this. I think it came out really cute. If you have any questions, let me know. Hop on over to my blog and I will give you the details for the card. Take care and have a great day.